I stood frozen, disbelief rooting me to the spot, as the police officer hoisted my blind son's guide dog into his patrol car. My 16-year-old son, Noah, sobbed on our front lawn, his arms grasping at the empty space where his dog, Buddy, should have been. Without Buddy, his golden retriever and constant companion, Noah was helpless. Now the animal was being taken on the orders of a woman who saw my son as a flaw in her pristine neighborhood. Eleanor Vaughn, president of the Oakwood Estates Homeowners Association, watched with a smug smirk. For 20 years, I'd upheld federal law as a district court judge. Now I was witnessing it trampled in my own yard. This wasn't just about a dog, it was about my son's world. What would you do if someone tried to steal your disabled child's lifeline, believing they'd face no consequences? After Noah lost his vision in a tragic car accident the previous year, Buddy became more than a pet. He was Noah's eyes, his confidence, his bridge to a darkened world. At 16, Noah faced challenges most adults couldn't bear. As a widowed father, all I wanted was a peaceful community where we could rebuild. Oakwood Estates seemed ideal. Tree-lined streets, top schools, a tight-knit community, per the real estate agent. I kept my profession private during the home buying process. I didn't want special treatment as Judge Benjamin Hayes of the federal bench, just a fresh start for our family. We'd lived in Oakwood Estates for 2 weeks when Noah felt ready to venture out with Buddy. From the porch, I watched Noah's hand rest on Buddy's harness, his steps tentative but growing steadier down the street. I thought we'd found a place to heal. I was wrong. 3 days later, an envelope slipped under our door, no postage, no return address. Inside, a typed letter, violation, unauthorized animal on premises. Fine, $750. Immediate removal required. My hands shook, not with fear but with the rage I'd felt presiding over civil rights cases, seeing the law twisted to harm the vulnerable. I requested a meeting with the HOA board. At the meeting, I presented Buddy's Service Animal Certification and Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, documentation. Eleanor barely glanced at them, sliding the papers back with manicured nails. Your situation doesn't exempt you from our covenants, she said coolly, her eyes flicking to Noah, who sat quietly beside me, Buddy still at his feet. Some residents find certain disabilities unsettling, the visibility of it all, she added, as if it were trivial. I kept my judicial calm. The ADA explicitly protects service animals. Federal law supersedes HOA rules. Eleanor exchanged looks with her board. We've had others claim special status, Mr. Hayes, she said. This is an exclusive community. Our rules maintain our standards. That's Judge Hayes, a board member corrected softly, recognition dawning. Eleanor's brow arched. Your profession doesn't grant privileges here. This isn't your courtroom. Her voice dropped, patronizing. There are communities better suited for special needs. Perhaps Oakwood isn't right for you. As we left, Noah whispered, Dad, why do they hate Buddy? I couldn't say it wasn't Buddy they hated. It was what Buddy represented. Noah's disability, a blemish on Eleanor's perfect neighborhood. I touched his shoulder, silently vowing to protect our home. What followed was relentless intimidation. Security cameras appeared, aimed solely at our house. Neighbors documented Noah and Buddy's every move, phones at the moment they stepped outside. 3 anonymous complaints to animal control claimed Buddy was aggressive toward children. Each was dismissed after inspections confirmed Buddy's flawless training, but the visits left Noah anxious, reluctant to leave home. When Noah tried joining teens at the community pool, Eleanor escorted him out, announcing that liability concerns required parental supervision for special needs residents. I don't get it, Dad, Noah said that night, voice cracking. Buddy never barks. I've done nothing to them. I documented everything, recordings, emails, photos, statements from brave neighbors. I knew harassment and discrimination, but kept my profession quiet. Silence was my edge. The HOA escalated, issuing emergency regulations. All animals required DNA registration, special accommodation, residents needed monthly medical updates, service animals had to wear muzzles in common areas. Violations carried fines, ours totaled thousands. When I contested them, Eleanor wrote, "The board finds your complaints disruptive to community harmony. Further disputes may result in lien proceedings." That night, I found Noah in the dark, Buddy's head in his lap. "They want us gone because I'm blind, don't they?" he asked. I made 2 calls, one to clear my court docket, another to a trusted civil rights attorney. Eleanor Vaughn had no idea what she'd unleashed. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. Noah had a mobility training session. I dropped him and Buddy off, then headed to court. Mid-case, my clerk rushed in. "Judge Hayes, emergency. Your son called." On the phone, Noah's voice shook. "Dad, they're here, police, animal control. Eleanor says Buddy attacked someone. They're taking him." I heard chaos, Eleanor's voice, Noah's panicked breathing, Buddy's whines. "Stay calm," I said. "Put Buddy on his lead, show his vest and ID. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Turning onto our street, I saw a crowd. Officer Michael Reed stood by his patrol car, rear door open, Buddy halfway inside. Noah sat on the lawn, clutching his cane, one hand reaching for Buddy. Eleanor's voice cut through. The dog lunged at a boy. "We've had concerns for months. Just because the child is blind doesn't mean we risk community safety." Some neighbors nodded, others filmed. Noah cried, "That's impossible. Buddy was on my left, he never breaks position." Eleanor snapped, "See how emotional he gets? This is the instability we're concerned about." I approached, deliberate. "Officer, what's happening?" Officer Reed, visibly uneasy, cleared his throat. "Reports of an aggressive animal." Eleanor stepped forward. "Finally, someone's taking this seriously." I looked at my son, desperate, betrayed by a community that should have embraced him. Something snapped. Eleanor sneered, "You should have followed the rules. First dogs, then who knows what kind of people move in." The crowd murmured. Reed checked Buddy's tags, preparing paperwork. "There's a process," Eleanor lectured. "You can't move in and expect everyone to change for you." "Officer," I said, "what evidence supports the claim Buddy attacked anyone?" Reed shifted. "No physical contact reported." Eleanor pushed a boy forward. "Tommy, tell them." The 6-year-old looked confused. "The dog looked at me," he said. Silence. Noah hyperventilated. Buddy whined from the car. I exhaled. "Officer Reed, I have information that'll change your next steps." Eleanor scoffed. "Don't intimidate him." "I'm not." I removed my jacket, revealing my credentials. "I am Judge Benjamin Hayes, Federal District Court. That dog is a certified service animal protected under the ADA. This is a violation of federal law." The crowd froze. Reed's eyes widened. Eleanor paled. "I've documented every instance of harassment," I continued. "Today's incident will join a federal civil rights investigation." Eleanor stammered, "You never said you were a judge." "You never said you targeted my son for his disability," I replied. "Yet here we are." I faced the crowd. "For those recording, keep going, this is evidence." Reed stepped back. "I apologize, Judge Hayes. I was misled." "You were," I said. Standard procedure was ignored. Buddy bolted to Noah, who clutched him, tears of relief streaming. I turned to Eleanor. "You scheduled meetings when I was in court, falsified reports, engaged in systematic discrimination." Neighbors stepped forward, sharing their own stories. Eleanor's allies wavered. Reed corrected his report on the spot. Eleanor's phone buzzed with frantic board calls. That night, an emergency HOA meeting packed the clubhouse. Neighbors, once silent, demanded change, sharing their experiences. The vote was unanimous. Eleanor and the board were ousted, replaced by a resident committee. 6 months later, Oakwood Estates was transformed. Inclusion defined the community. Noah led advocacy programs. Buddy became the mascot. Neighbors who once ignored us now walked with us. Eleanor faced lawsuits, mandatory training, and a suspended real estate license. Dad, Noah said one day, losing my sight taught me we don't choose our challenges, but we choose how they change us. He was right. So were the neighbors who stood with us. True justice isn't punishment, it's building something better. Sometimes, it starts on your own front lawn.